guys, welcome back, and if you're new here, my name is Sheila and I would really love it for you to subscribe below and like this video. There's also a notification bell that you can hit so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. And yeah, today's video is going to be super exciting. If you know anything about me, if you watch my videos, I do tons of foundation reviews, and this one's going to be no different. This is actually on the new Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. As soon as this launched, I was super excited for it. I am a sucker for foundations. I have tons of them, but every time I'm like, I need it. I don't know why, but I do need it. So I picked this up. It actually came really quick. I think it took 2 or 3 days. They did send this little page right here that has kind of like all the shades. It was a little tricky on the website. I feel like the faces or the pictures that they put don't really match to the colors of the foundation. So I just picked what I thought, and I think I did a good job when I first saw the bottle. I haven't really tested this out on my skin yet, but I did bring the bottle out just to look at it. I'm going to first show it to you guys. This one is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. This is the packaging right here. I like that it says kind of hue on the background, a little bit muted. And I choose the shade 118 Light Medium. Here is the foundation. It retails for $36. It comes in this frosted glass with this plastic cup. It says Meet Your Hue all around it, and it comes with 1.01 ounces. It does have a little pump, as you can see, and it's just really nice. It has your foundation shade on the bottom. I chose the shade 118 Light Medium. This is our lightweight foundation, medium to full coverage, delivers a blurring effect while reducing the appearance of fine lines and imperfections. It comes in 42 shades, so they kind of have a couple of categories: fair, light, light medium, medium tan, dark, and deep. I think I fall on the light medium. I chose the 118 over the light medium, but if I'm not 118, I'm probably like on the same range, I feel like. I'm going to read the directions to see what it says, how to apply it. The website is having like a stroke right now. It's just not really working. It says apply foundation with your seamless beauty sponge. Fingertips or preferred applicator. Achieved desired level of coverage by building up the foundation. The first ingredient in this foundation is water, so that is pretty good. I kind of always end up liking the foundations that are water because they do feel a little bit more lightweight on the skin. So let's just go ahead and start applying it. As you can see, I put my hair back and I'm going to be applying a little bit of primer. This one is a Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer, and I'm just going to be putting a little bit of this kind of under my eyes and on my texture areas. So that is what I like to do. We are going to be testing this out for a couple of hours today, and I'm going to be applying it with a brush on one side and the sponge on the other. I do have a couple of pimples that are new. I'm pretty sure I scratched this one on my sleeve because I don't remember scratching it, and all of a sudden it's super red. But we're going to see if this foundation actually covers that up. Alright, I'm going to shake it. It doesn't say to shake, but I just like doing this because it's what I always do. So I'm going to just pump. I'm going to do one full pump, and ooh, I think it's going to be a good match. You see that it's holding still, it's not really running down or anything. Actually, that might work. It just looks a little bit too golden. I'm going to start with my right side, and I'm going to be dotting a little bit of it. I want to start with kind of a soft application, and then see if I can build it up from there. So let's just do that. I feel like that is light, in my opinion. I'm going to start with the brush on the right side. I'm going to start blending it. Wow, I'm pretty sure this is my shade. I'm pretty sure this is my perfect shade. I may be a little bit more tan than this at the moment, but I will go right back to this shade. So I'm super happy with the shade that I chose. And wow, this is like blending out super quick. You guys saw that I didn't really try hard, and it's almost like fully blended out. I also definitely feel like it did blur out some of my texture on my face. It was just super easy to apply. It definitely does have a kind of like a satin finish, or a little bit more matte than satin, I would say. But I'm going to be building up that a little bit better, or a little bit more. Coming in with a little bit more foundation. I still have a little bit left of what I pumped. So I'm just going to start buffing this out and seeing what coverage I get. I feel like the first application that I did was a little bit sheer, and it still gave me kind of a medium coverage. So this, I would say, is definitely a foundation that you can definitely build up and get a lot of coverage from. So if you want something a little bit softer, just be mindful of how much you use, because it will go a long way. But so far, really love this shade. I thought it was going to be a little too golden for me, but I'm pretty sure the undertone of this is like the perfect undertone for my skin. That is something that I did notice. When you go on their website, it doesn't really tell you the undertones of all the shades, which I would like to know, because that is very important when you're choosing a foundation shade. And I saw that they were going to have, I don't know where I saw it, I think it was an Instagram comment that they put, that they were going to have like the foundation matches ready, but I wanted to try it so bad that I wasn't about to like wait for that, so I just went ahead and purchased it. If I would have gone with like my picture on the website, it would have been $116, but I'm so glad I didn't, because I always get super scared when I'm ordering online. I'm like, I just don't know, and I hate when I do a foundation review and the foundation is much lighter. I would rather be a little darker. I have this much left of my pump, my original pump. I did put one more pump right here, and I'm just going to dot it on the left side, and we're going to see how this performs versus the sponge side, because I really like the brush side. I feel like that was so easy. The foundation, by the way, retails for $36. I did not mention that. It does bring 1.1 fluid ounce. So far, blending really nice. I do feel like it's giving me a little bit more coverage with the sponge, because I did not use as much as I did with the brush, but this is looking so nice. So far, the finish of this is what really gets me, because it literally, like, it obviously looks like you have makeup on, but it's such a nice and like soft look. It's not kicking off for it to be as matte as it is, and I just really like it. So obviously you can still see kind of my pimples showing through. So I'm going to be applying just a little bit more. Obviously I have, I think, more than half a pump left here. So the sponge definitely did a little bit better job at covering than the brush. So I'm just applying it kind of over top of what I really want to cover, and I'm just going to start buffing it. It definitely does not feel like a foundation that you have to set, but if you want to apply some concealer over top of this, I would definitely recommend setting that. But honestly, this foundation just feels so comfortable on the skin that I don't even want to set it. Alright, so there is a little bit closer, and I feel like the finish of it is really nice. I don't see really any wrinkles or fine lines. I'm seeing a little bit of texture over here on my forehead, but that is something that is just there, you know what I mean? I'm seeing that it looks really nice. I feel like it's also doing a nice job, you know, underneath my eyes, because if I wanted to, I could have totally used this as a concealer by itself and not apply any concealer at all. But I didn't really get it all the way up, but I feel like it would work that way. As far as the shade, I feel like it's going to be a really good shade, especially when when my tan starts fading off. But I just really like this shade, and I feel like I can make it work with bronzer today. It was definitely a little bit darker than I thought it would be, so I would just recommend either watching some YouTube videos to compare yourself to other people, choosing like 2 or 3 shades darker than you, and just praying. But so far, I think this foundation is really nice, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply a little bit of concealer and set my concealer. I will not be setting the rest of my face or my forehead, because I really want to see how this wears. But so far, it's a winner. I do have to say that. Actually, I want to test, I might not even use concealer. I really want to test how this would look under my eyes, because I have a lot left right here. So I'm just going to be taking a little bit on my sponge, and I'm just going to be bringing it up all the way. Guys, I have never tried a foundation that I can like use as a concealer, and I'm happy with it, but I feel like that doesn't look so bad. Am I crazy here? Like, that does not look bad at all. Alright, so far I'm really liking these. I feel like the finish of it is what's really getting to me, and the fact that I used it as a concealer and it looks nice. Overall, I used 2 full pumps of this, and I still have a little bit left. So I feel like we did really good with, you know, using a little bit of product. I could have gone with a lot less and still be happy with the result, but I definitely wanted to build it up and see if you can, and you definitely can. It still looks super smooth and just super nice. In person, it looks incredible, because even though it's matte, I still see a little bit of like my glow shining through a little bit from my skin, and I just feel like it looks so nice and I don't know, really smooth. I'm super happy with it. I'm not showing any lines over here, which is where I usually have them, but I'm showing a little bit of texture on my forehead. That is the only thing I have to complain about, but I will kind of use my sponge like this for a couple of seconds and just hope for the best. I think I'm having kind of sort of a breakup right there, so that might be the reason, but other than that, I feel like everything looks really nice. The match is not super perfect, but it will be in a couple of weeks, I feel like. So let's just go ahead and apply a little bit more of, you know, makeup over top and then see how this works. I will be setting under my eyes, but so far the foundation isn't even creasing under my eyes, so I'm super impressed so far. So everything is done. I feel like the foundation shade actually matched me pretty well. Obviously, I want to see it on natural lighting because these lights can be very deceiving, but as far as coverage, I am wowed. It's a really matte foundation, but I don't feel like it's matte where like it feels like you're spooling your skin. It actually feels really comfortable, and I just really like it. Especially, I would love to see how this holds up in like really like humid and dry, you know, weather, because this would actually look really nice on like oily or combo skin. I have dry skin and it doesn't look bad on me at all, and it's not like clean to any dry areas, it's not cleaning to any dry patches, it's not accentuating any like wrinkles or anything that I have, and it just looks really nice. Obviously the makeup over top applied really nicely as well, and I just really love how it looks. I even ended up applying it as a concealer, and I feel like it did a really great job at covering that as well. I feel like when I try to apply a foundation as a concealer, it never works out because it starts like creasing right away. Obviously, it's not what it's meant to do, but this one, just the formula of these, I just love so much, and I feel like it actually worked that way, which I'm super surprised. I love this foundation. I feel like I'm going to be using it a ton. It is a little bit on the expensive side, $36, but I feel like it's worth it in my opinion. I do feel like when foundations come out to the market, they're a little bit overhyped, especially when they have some influencers that have worked with the brand before. So I just like to get my own opinion and, you know, give you guys my honest and true opinion. You can see right here how it actually looks on me. You can see how it looks when I come a little bit closer. Like, it's looking so nice. I did not set any of the foundation other than under my eyes. I feel like it's doing a great job at just covering everything. It's definitely holding in place, and it is about 4 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna wear this for at least 5 or 6 hours and let you guys know how it looks tonight. But so far I think it looks really great, and I'm loving this. I have to say that I'm loving it. Alright guys, I have been wearing this makeup for 5 hours now, and the foundation hasn't really changed much, which is kind of surprising. I did try to sit outside for a little bit to see if, you know, it's really hot here, so I wanted to see how this would do in humidity and just heat, but I feel like it really didn't change at all. The texture side that I was seeing is still there, but it actually calmed down, I think, a little bit. Like, it doesn't look as bad as I noticed it before, but everything else just looks really nice. I feel like the texture on my face just still looks super smooth. And I just feel like this is such a nice and stunning foundation. Like, I would recommend this with my eyes closed. This is a little bit more full coverage than what I'm comfortable with at the moment, but this is definitely something that I would wear to like a special event, a wedding or something like that. I don't know if I would recommend this for like a wedding photo shoot or something like that, because I don't know if it has a hat like flashback or anything, but as far as like coverage and like the texture and just finish of it, it is a stunning foundation. And if you are looking for something that will hold up throughout, you know, the summer months, this is definitely something that will hold up for you. I am super excited. I can't wait to see like what other things Dose of Colors comes out with, because this formula, guys, it is so good, and I think I really like this. Obviously, I don't want to, you know, this is my first impression, first time trying it. I think I did pretty good on my foundation match, like the color. This actually fits me really nice, and I feel like the undertones of it are right for my skin. My shoulders are a little bit more, you know, tan at the moment, but I feel like overall it just looks really nice. I think it actually did pretty good. I want to show you guys, like, I'm going to come a little closer. I did put my camera a little bit darker because I wanted you guys to actually see how the foundation looks like without a lot of light, but you can see right there that the foundation did hold up as a concealer, which just drives me insane. And everything else is just looking so nice. Like, I really love how this is looking. So I think the good things about this foundation is that it does have a little pump. I love when foundations bring pumps. The packaging of it is really nice. I love frosted glass bottles for some reason, and I really like the consistency and everything. The color was really nice as well. I love that they came out with 42 shades. That is great for anybody to find a shade, and I think I really like the coverage. I do have dry skin, and this doesn't look super matte on me, and I feel like I still see a little bit of shyness coming through. I didn't notice anything cracking or anything like that. I have a little bit, tiny bit, like almost minimal, tiny bit of dryness around my nose, but that's something that I really can't help. Anywhere else is not really like clinging onto anything or emphasizing anything bad. Everything that we want to cover is covered. Everything that we want to smooth out is smoothed out. So I really like it. I did only end up using primer kind of on this area right here under my eyes and my cheeks. So everything else is not primed and it's not set. And I feel like everything just turned out so well. And the foundation held up really nicely over the 5 hours. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye!